good afternoon, good evening, depending on I'm live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining me from. Okay, it's the Pips Prophet, and I'm just going to show you the market analysis for Euro USD. Okay, and what we are expecting to see this week. All right, today is Tuesday, the 27th day of May 2025, and I just did a random check and I discovered that a lot of traders are buying the Euro USD. Okay, but I have a slightly different opinion to that move, okay, which I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking to see price to do this week. All right, so remember I start my analysis from the dollar index, okay, and I always tell you that the dollar index, it's the benchmark, it's the interest rate which the banks use to regulate all US dollar correlated pairs. Okay, so I love to see what the DXY is doing, and that gives me an initiative to know what Euro USD, GBP USD, and the likes are doing. All right, and remember, whatever the directional bias is for the DXY, we are doing the opposite on the Euro USD. Okay, so let's head on to the chart and let me show you guys what I look forward to seeing on the price action this week. Okay, so first off, on the dollar index, we want to look at the 1 week, okay, the weekly time frame. I normally do my analysis from the weekly time frame, okay, so that I can see a bigger picture of what the market is saying, and able to see it from the standpoint of the institutions. Okay, sorry, we're having a lagging network kind of. Okay, all right, it's loading. Right, sorry, we had a glitch with the network. All right, so let's head back to the charts. Okay, and we just want to look at the 1 week time frame on the weekly time frame. So we want to scale down and see what is the overall trend. Okay, so by this trend line you can see that we are having a sell trend. It's a bearish trend overall, right? So you could see that at this point we have a trend break. Okay, the trend broke structure right here. Okay, price action broke and retested, and as soon as it got back, retested right into the trend, there was a rejection here. Okay, a very strong reaction to the upside. Okay, Now, what a lot of retail traders will see this to mean is that price is going to continue going up, okay, since we had a break of trend. For those who are trading a trend line, okay, pattern. So but I'm seeing the opposite. Okay, why I'm seeing the opposite is because we have a lot of inefficiency here, particularly this fair value gap in the fair value gap, okay, which is the IOFED. Because right here we have a fair value gap in a fair value gap and also an old low right here. So for me, this is a very significant point which I would like to see price long term reach out for. Okay, so and if you scale it up, you see that this is a one-side distribution. Okay, so many candle inefficiencies here that needed to be filled. All right, so there is a pool of liquidity here just below fair value gap, just below this pool of liquidity here. We have a volume imbalance right here, okay, which we can flip an inversion volume imbalance right here. So there are a lot of key things I need to see price reverse back into. Okay, if it fails to reverse back to this zone, then it should at least reverse to this bullish order block, this one right here. Why? Because that was the last bullish order block that triggered the buy which broke the structure here, this high right here. So this is a very significant point which I look to see price reach out for. Okay, so just like the retailers are seeing a buy, I'm seeing a sell week. Okay, unfortunately we have price already reacting off this premium level that's following this low, this recent low, and then this high. Okay, if you mark using your Fibonacci retracement tool, you discover that price is where is at premium level. Okay, price is above this 50%, which is the equilibrium level, is around deep discount level right here. Okay, so that's why we are seeing a very strong reaction from that region, okay, to sell off, to sell down. So I'm looking at this pool of liquidity as my first point of interest, okay, before this bullish order block, which was the last order block that triggered the buy, which broke structure right here on the higher time frame. Mind you, we have something, I can see something very clean right here. There's a fair value gap which looks very hidden. Okay, the institution will likely reach out for this fair value gap, and we have a bullish order block here. So this is a very strong point of reference for the institution. Okay, so let's scale down to the let's scale it down and see what is happening on the lower time frames. Okay, this is the daily time frame. You can see that we have a bearish engulfing candle right here. This candle has been, the body of this candle broke this low right here, okay, to the downside. Okay, so that's a very strong sell signature for us. Okay, and let's look mind you, today is Tuesday. That's the exact day we normally look to take our trade. Okay, but not in any of the session. We don't take trade on the London session, we don't take on the New York session, but we take trade during the late New York session. So let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. So normally the 1 hour time frame, that's the time frame which I take my entry. Okay, now you could see that there's a very clear structure right here. All right, so a lot of traders are seeing this W pattern here as a what, as a mitigation block, which price broke this high and retested, form another mitigation block towards the opposing direction. Okay, coming down into what, this bullish block right here, this mitigation block, right? Yeah, the bullish mitigation block right here. Price came into it and is reacting off this one. Okay, so they will think that this is a trigger for your buy, for a buy week, but I am not seeing that. What I'm seeing, using the higher time frame objective, the bigger lens, is that the institution wants to retrace. You could see that the momentum, the bearish momentum, is actually stronger than the buying pressure. Okay, so that is to say, even from here you could see the sell pressure is more. Okay, the buyers are struggling to gain their position back into this fair value gap, and a rejection, very strong rejection, massively, that broke the structure during the London session. Okay, so what I'm looking to see during the New York session is price is likely going to clear out this recent high. Okay, creating an impression that price is going to continue going bullish. Meanwhile, this is going to be more like a Judas swing. Okay, just creating this high, clearing this liquidity above this high. Okay, will mean an entry for me. So I either get my entry during the late New York session after a liquidity sweep on this high or this high right here. So that's what I'm looking to see during the late New York session. So overall, I'm seeing a sell week, okay, into this first objective right here, and ultimately we have a lot of points to refer to. We have this void right here. Okay, we have this liquidity void here, we have vacuum here. So this is a very interesting spot to see price reach out for. We have this pool of liquidity right here, just above the fair value gap here. Okay, this is a very strong point also to refer to, and we have another point of interest. Okay, so this will likely be our first target. That's 148 pips. Okay, and ultimately we are looking to catch about 193 pips this week. Yeah, so and if you're trading for a long time, you want to hold your trade, you could hold to this point. This is another point of interest right here, where we have a fair value gap just below this pool of liquidity right here. So ultimately this is our target for the week. We are targeting about 355 pips into this draw on liquidity right here. Okay, it's clear on the higher time frame, so you can see it up right there. Okay, so but we want to target realistically first. We want a realistic target before we take partials and extend it to our ultimate target for the week. So that's what I'll be looking to see much later. Waiting. You have to wait, because waiting is part of the game. Okay, and patience is key. So you want to wait to see your signature play out before you take your entry. Okay, so let's refer back to the DXY and let me show you guys what I'm expecting on the opposing direction. Oh, you can see the massive energy, right? Yeah, you can see the massive energy, right? So mind you guys, in trading, discipline is key. Even when you know where the market is going, you could see that my entry is right here. I knew that the market was going to come right here, and of course it came into the fair value gap, which has a bullish order block right here. A very strong reaction which broke structure right here, created another fair value gap here. Okay, market retested this pin bar, pinned into this point I marked, and a massive bullish move to the upside. Okay, so this understanding the higher time frame helps you, gives you more advantage when you are scalping. Okay, if I was going to scalp this morning, I would have taken this entry, okay, and my exit above this pool of liquidity, or right here around this bearish order block right here will have been my exit, and you see I will have taken my profit, taking let's see how many pips is that. That will have given about let's look at, whoa, okay, that's on DXY. I needed to see that on the Eurusd, but I think that should be over 50 something pips or thereabout. Okay, but the fact that I know what price action is going to do doesn't mean I should take trade. Okay, I have to wait for that one signature, which gives me a very strong confirmation and confluence as to taking my trade, right? So basically we are seeing the reaction of the zone, and I'm expecting to see price retest back into this fair value gap right here, okay, to trigger the move to the upside. But then guess what, I sense that price is going to go all the way down on the DXY, sweeping liquidity below this. Okay, that will give me a clearer reason to buy, okay, after a sweep up on liquidity during the late New York session. Okay, so that's my anticipation for the week. Meanwhile, price can decide to do otherwise, going into the internal range liquidity, because external range liquidity here has been swept. It may likely go internal and then explode to the upside. All right, but overall it's going to be a buy DXY week for me, and I'll be selling other dollar related currencies long term, right? So that's my forecast, that's my projection for the week, and yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, so all right, so I think we need to look at the fundamental calendars too, the economic calendar and what it's saying. Yeah, on the forex factory, remember today is 27, Tuesday. Yeah, so yesterday there was no volatility in the market, so you could see it's a lot of bank holidays, so that was why we sidelined yesterday. We didn't take any trades. Normally we don't take trades on Monday, so today being Tuesday, I cannot see any significant strength in the US dollar, okay, except for this medium impact news right here, which is going to come up by 1:30 p.m. Okay, so that's the only interesting strength regarding the volatility of the market this week for Tuesday. Let's see. So which means well, late New York session will be a very good time to take our trade because of the structure of the economic calendar this week. Because of the nature, I'll likely wait for the sweep on liquidity and we take our entry to the opposing direction, right? So, and that will likely trigger the move all through the night, okay, reacting to this Australian dollar CPI. That may trigger some move all through the night to make the Eurusd also distribute faster to our target, which is our take profit. Right, so Wednesday, which is tomorrow by 7 p.m, we have FOMC, right? So yeah, that's a high impact news. Okay, so I expect that price will have delivered to our target points before that time. Okay, so let's see how let's see what the market is going to do this week. Right, then on Thursday we have high impact news by 1:30 unemployment claims on the US dollar. Right, okay, so we also have on GBP by 8 p.m. Then on Friday we have all day, we have a high impact news on euros, also on CAD, then on USD. All right, so basically we can see that the economic calendar this week is kind of tricky. So traders just need to pay attention to their charts and trade with caution. Okay, trade with proper risk management. Do not expose your account to too much risk. Right, pay attention to your risk management and then implement. All right, so that's basically what we are looking to see. So we expected to see the market buy into a reasonable premium level, so we could sell, so we can sell the euro USD. All right, so with that being said, I'll keep you guys updated on what the market is doing much later. All right, much later I'll go live to show you guys what the market has done, and then we'll see if we can get an entry today. If we do, then we hold the entry and capitalize on the next drawn liquidity, take out our profit and aim for another entry tomorrow, because I sense from the economic calendar that price is going to just move into internal range liquidity, sell off, clear out this liquidity into this logical point, this draw on liquidity right here, 148 pips away, and then price will likely buy back following the FOMC, okay, to clear out liquidity or the last high, okay, giving us a sweep on liquidity for us to sell again on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, following the late New York session. Okay, so that's my anticipation for the week. I wish you guys good luck and good trading, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do that. Okay, click on the link below, all right, so that whenever I drop insightful content and helpful content on the market forecast and analysis, you will be the first to take advantage, okay, and profit in the market. And you can also do well to share this content, share the link with other traders who are finding it hard to ascertain the directional bias on their charts. Okay, all right, thank you, and God bless you. Cheers, and see you later.